Alrighty everyone, welcome back to some Dragon Blox. Now today we're going to be talking about a new kind of form slash vampire build that I've kind of set up for new players. If you guys are kind of new-ish to the game, or you're kind of halfway through the game and you're still struggling to fight most bosses, then I got you covered with this video, so don't worry, let's go. Now obviously, myself, I am not max rebirthed, so I'm kind of struggling to kill some of the bosses in the game, and especially some of the raid bosses in the game. It has been a little bit miserable, I'm not gonna lie, but I am sort of kind of at the point where I can just kind of beat everything now because of this new build. So I want to teach it to you guys, so let's get into it. Wait, before this video begins, guys, I just want to do a cheeky little bit of self-promotion. If you guys want to come and join my Discord server, I really recommend you do so. We currently are looking for members in my guild for Dragon Blox and other games as well. So if you want to join, make sure you join the Discord and apply there. We're also running some Dragon Blox giveaways currently, so really make sure you join because you can get some freebies. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, so since I last played, Dragon Blox has actually added races to the game, and you're able to roll races, and basically you can see here on the side of the screen how rare they are and basically what they do. So for this build particularly, the best race is going to be the demon race, just because it gives you more damage, and it also you gain life steal after basically doing damage, which is really overpowered just overall. I think it's actually the best race in the game, to be honest. Now 1% chance to get demon is kind of low, but it isn't actually as hard as you think to get these spins. I just had a ton of them built up from just random stuff I was doing in the game, so you should have a few here. But if you don't have any, I'm going to teach you guys the other races that are good if you can't get your hands on demon. Alright, so the first race that is good is also Kai. Kai gains extra health regeneration after being damaged. This is really good, so if you're able to get this one, this is going to work really well with this build. Namekian as well is also really good. Heal 35% of your health and energy when reaching below 25 HP. This is good. This helps you a lot as well. And Frost Demon. Frost Demon is also the last one I would say is kind of good for this, just because you take 35% less energy damage when under 50% HP. But again, I still recommend you try and get your hands on Demon, or at least Kai, because these two are probably the better ones. Alright, so let's go over skills real quick, because this is kind of important for you guys to understand kind of why this is really good. So if we go over to here, we go into skills. We basically want every beam attack there is possible, right? So I've got Final Energy Wave on G. You can put these on whatever you really want to if you would like, or you can even use other skills if you're really want that, but it's completely up to you. This is just what I use. Final Energy Wave, I like to use this one. I like to use Tri-Beam, and I like to use Energy Wave. Now you can use Energy Blast if you're a little bit more confident in your skill, or you can actually swap here and go down to Energy Block and grab this one. This one is also really good, and if you're not as confident in, basically not dying, then Energy Block is probably the way to go. Now, as for orbs, it doesn't really matter which orb you pick, as long as you pick one that has a beam attack. I've just got Sage and Instinct Orb. This is probably not the best one. You could probably get Ego, which would probably be a little bit better, but yeah, it doesn't really matter as long as you get a beam attack out of it. That's all that matters. Alright, let's talk about the most important part of this build, and that is going to be your transformation. Now, you're going to want to not use any of these transformations, but this one. You want to use Saiyajin Rage God. Now, the reason we're using Saiyajin Rage God, which is upgraded from Saiyajin Rage, is because of this 10% health regeneration per second. Basically, what that means is you're going to regenerate 10% of your total HP every single second that this is active, which is kind of broken, not gonna lie, bro. Basically, what that means is whenever you take damage, you're just going to regenerate tons of HP back every second, and you're basically going to be literally unkillable unless you get one-shotted. The only way you can really die with this build is if you just get outright one-shotted, literally just completely obliterated in one beam attack or something, which is why you use Energy Block. After that, basically, you just want to stack health onto the build because you want as much health and damage as possible as you can possibly muster. So if you have a transformation like Ultra Ego or Potential Unleashed or even Kaioken, doesn't really matter, just use it because it is going to be good. And also you're going to want a fusion to give yourself a little bit more HP, and of course if you're able to get one of these special inherited forms or these special forms like Timebreaker Broly, this is going to be really good. But if you want to know the best form for this build, it's going to be Super Saiyan Blue, because you also get a little bit more of that health regeneration. This one is going to be the best. But Timebreaker Broly, second best easily. And I don't have Super Saiyan Blue, so I'm going to stick with Timebreaker Broly. Alright, so this is basically what the build was made for in the first place. It's for these Garrets right here. Now, these Garrets are probably the best mob in the entire game to farm up XP. and also just items in general. They are like perfect. So as long as you can beat these guys, you're basically good to go and basically reach max level in the game, right? So this is what it was built for. And as you can see, if I go up to this guy right here and I just like let him attack me, or I'm not really paying attention, I'll just let him like punch me a little bit. As you can see, he punched me, and as soon as I stop taking damage, hang on, I gotta stop him from doing that ability. None of that, mate. All right. As you can see, I healed up basically instantly. So I'll just like let him attack me again real quick. All right, so he's going to hit me with this ability right here. Boom. All right, so I just lost about like a quarter of my HP, right? And as you can see, I'm just regenerating all of that back. Like, oh, there we go. I just lost more than half of my HP, right? He's doing a lot of tick damage to me, which means I can't heal. That's the only downside to this build. If they are able to deal tick damage to you, you basically will not be able to heal, right? But as you can see, right? No HP, all the way back to full. Look at that. And this is like, I'm not even using Demon here. If I wanted to use Demon like this, I could heal all the way back up to full HP, as you can see, like really fast. Yeah, so like that's basically what the build is for, and that's basically how you do it. Like, granted, you're probably going to do like little to no damage just because like it's not really built around that. And if you are low level, you're not going to have great items or crit damage or anything like that. But you should be able to pretty much tank the boss. Which is like the most important part. So yeah, these bosses are probably going to take a little longer to kill, but for the most part, you'll be okay. All right, so as you can see right now, currently with my rebirth, I currently have 0 like strength and 0 energy or anything like that. I just have like a little bit of defense. And I'm going to kill this guy over here, which is like the third Garrett of the main world. And I'm just going to drop Ultra Ego because I'm going to kind of need it because I don't have the rebirth stats. But you'll see if I'm actually trying to beat this guy, I'm able to beat him like very easily. I'm not even coming close to death. Right, so ready? Alright, there we go, we beat him. So obviously, like, that's not the fastest, like, take in the world. But guys, remember, I'm missing, like, 300 rebirths, right? I'm not even, like, close to being maxed out yet. I don't have the proper item sets or anything like that either. But yeah, it definitely makes the game a little bit easier when you're basically unable to die. It's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it real quick because I know people are going to ask. Yes, you can beat Cell Max with this build. I was able to do it. Now, unfortunately, it took me like 10 minutes because my damage just wasn't it. Like, I have no damage, boys. So it took me literally 10 minutes to beat this, and I had to dodge a one-shot ability like too many times to count. All right, it was not fun, which is why I just don't think this is worth it for now. Like, until I reach max level, like, I don't recommend you guys do this either. And if you don't have Demon, I don't think you're completing this realistically. But yes, in theory, you technically can do this. It's just going to take a long time. Your time might like vary a little bit depending on if you have more damage than me, more health than me, you know, etc. But yeah, I just don't recommend you guys do this at all. But anyway, guys, I hope this build kind of helps you out a little bit, or at least keeps you alive for a little bit longer and able to kill those Garretts and all the Celots and all the other ones that exist in the different worlds. But anyway, guys, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys in the next video.